Well, hello model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Rel, and this week I wanted to show you and get you caught up on my other Buick GNX build. I showed you when I was building this one, the regular 87 Buick Grand National there, and it came out great, and I had a good time building it, and it was an older kit of mine, and I decided I would also do this one, but for reference, that one, of course, it's an older release of the 87 Buick Grand National Revell Monogram. It's a Monogram kit, and it's 1/24 scale, and it dates back to when this car was new, and it's a great kit. But this one, I have this box, which is the original release, 1988 Buick Grand National GNX. I've been wanting this a long time. I couldn't find it when it was a new kit, because I'd gotten into modeling, and when I got in high school I really wanted one of these, but just couldn't find them. They were no longer in production. They just weren't out there. So many years ago when I got back into modeling, this was one of the ones I really wanted off of eBay. So I got the kit, but you know, being as old as it is, the decals didn't look all that great, and you know, they just weren't too many of them. And then I'd gotten this reissue, and they eventually did reissue the Grand National, but they did it most recently again. So here's the most recent reissue, which this has both versions in the box. You can build it as the Grand National or the GNX. And I got super excited when they announced this one, and it had both of them and a really extensive decal sheet. So I'll show you that, which is what got me really excited about that, is the newest kit. There's the decal sheet it comes with. And these eventually, a few people started posting the decal sheets and parting out the kits on eBay, so I snagged up another sheet so that I can build both of them, because almost everything on here to build both cars is on here. I only have two small little suggestions for Revell on this. They have the Grand National emblems right here, if you can see them. The trunk one. The older kit actually had the small decal underneath that says intercooled, which I combined with this one. So if the camera will focus on it, I'll give it a second here. But you can see I use both decals. There's intercooled on the lower section in the Grand National, which that's missing. And the only other thing that I think it's great that they give you the regular Grand National cluster right here, but it would be nice if they actually did the round gauges that the GNX has also as a decal. I was kind of bummed. All the rest of the GNX decals are on here. Everything on here is great, and I really appreciate it. But that's the one thing that I thought was missing that could be on there. So suggestion for you, Revell. And I did play around with the new kit. Here's the new kit, molded in white. Put the flares on, and I was messing with it, but I decided that I was going to build the vintage kit. Two reasons: you know, I've had it for so long, and the other thing is this particular version. If you can see here, it actually comes with the spark plug wires and the heater hoses. This vinyl tubing, but it doesn't tell you exactly where to hook them up. So I just kind of winged it, but here's the directions. And let's see, it's the other side here. Yeah, they show you the heater hoses right here, and then they show you the spark plug wires right here. And then that High Performance Series kit had those, which was kind of cool for the time being. So I started to do that on those. So since I got the chassis right here, you can see I did that. And the rest of it is pretty much right out of the box. I dechromed a few parts and painted them aluminum and silver, which much like I did here, and then blacked out the wheels. The original kit has Goodyear tires. They're actually marked. The current release, they're blank sidewalls on both sets of tires. It comes with both sets of 6 wheels and tires, but these are the GNX ones, and you black them out. But really nice decals. So did those. The underside is mostly stock out of the box. I did change one thing, something that I think the kit needs. If you can see it there, a nice little GNX cover, and that's my best interpretation of it. I scratch built that. That's multiple layers of plastic, and I carved it and shaped it, and then put the GNX logo in it, which the real one has. I'll post up a picture of a real one plus what I was scratch building this. It's not my best work. I used putty and a toothpick to spell out GNX and put the dots there for the bolts, and it came out pretty well, and it's hidden by the some of the bracing that's there, but it's much better than not having it there at all, because the real car has that and the suspension that the GNX has. The regular Grand National doesn't have all this, so it's kind of done that way on this one. The kit issued rear axle, but no pan hard bar and no lateral link, or whatever that's actually called. And I'm still working on fixing that up. But that's just one of the few mods I've done to the kit, was modifying and scratch building that piece. I contacted a guy or two hoping I can get somebody to 3D print one, but I didn't find anybody who was interested in doing that, but that's okay. Another thing for the GNX is it doesn't have the lettering on the side of the hood, so you got to sand that off. It's molded in, so that one has it. You can see it there, but I sanded it off on this one and got the paint work done on this. So this is ready. Turn signals, front bumper's pretty much ready. I still have to do the semi-gloss black on it. Same thing with the rear bumper. Rear bumper is ready. Intercooler and some of the other parts were right out of the kit. Mirrors are mounted and pinned and ready to get glued on the body. So it's pretty much ready to assemble. The body, it's come out really nice. You saw me polish it and touch up the area. I got fingerprints all over it again. I'm going to clean it, but I got the tail lights on. Everything's pretty much ready. The headliner is painted gray, glasses in, headlights are in. Just got to mount the turn signals and the ones that go in the corner here, which I do have right over here painted. So those are ready to get going, and I like to show you it broken down before I do final assembly. Got some semi-gloss black and flat black in some of the areas to kind of highlight it out. Batteries flat black and gloss black, so a lot of mixing of the blacks here, like the headlight, more flat black to contrast, and these are flat black also, which the real cars have, but a lot of them you see they may have been painted, but they're more of a semi-gloss. There's not much of a difference between the shine. The flares are stuck on there and painted and ready to go, and I assembled those on the body. This particular one, it's molded in black. I actually had a section here that was broken and didn't notice it right away. It was just chipped away. This black plastic, being 30 years old, and it's a bit more brittle. I had a section right there I had to repair, which is funny because that one I had to repair the firewall because it was cut out, but that was actually cut out. This one I had to repair right there, which is why I kind of started the white body, and I was going to just build that kit, but I decided, well, let's see if I can fix that, and I did. So it's pretty much ready to start going together. The last thing is the interior, which is just primer gray, Tester's primer gray, and semi-gloss black. The black is mostly brush painted on there, and then the decals for the headrests that come in the kit, and then the dash, which the dash came out really nice on this. You can see the round GNX gauges. Both the kits, the new kit has this cluster, and then the original had, but it's got two different ones of those. The automatic shifter and detail painting a lot of the radio and highlights there and the console. So the interior is looking really good. I like it like this. And those big decals that are on that sheet that say Grand National, they're actually for the carpet floor mats, which this thing really doesn't have floor mats in it. And the real car, I didn't see any of them with floor mats that actually say Grand National. So I didn't put them on either build, but when I built that one, I didn't realize what the decal was for. But when I built this one, I noticed the decal saying put them on the carpet. I'm like, oh, what sticker is that? And I looked, and sure enough, that's what it was that decal. So this thing is pretty much ready to go together for final assembly. Got the third brake light here, which is molded in red. You glue it on. Check the fitment on that, because that sometimes I glued it one time a little too close and it was rubbing the back window. But I'm real happy with the way this one is going, and I figured I would show it to you before I finish and put it all together. And you can see it one last time blown up, and then for comparison sitting right next to that one. But it's nice that they have this kit back out, and that they have the newest version out right here. Pretty cool. But you know, now I have the third kit, and I don't really plan on building this, so I probably gonna be in my stash for a while, and I may end up building it eventually. But I started the body just seeing, you know, if it fit is any different than this kit, and it's not. And really the only difference between the original kit is it came with the hoses and wiring on the engine, so that, you know, I didn't really add that, but since it was in the kit and I decided, yeah, I'm gonna do that, I'll put it on. But that'll conclude this one, so you guys can keep an eye out, and then I'll get this one finished, and then I'll do a full feature of the GNX in this build like I did that one with all of my finished ones. But this one is nearing the end. I didn't show all the steps of building it because, you know, it's identical to that one. There's, you know, and it's mostly out of the box other than the few changes that I showed you there. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing and sharing and all of your comments. I really appreciate it. And you guys, you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next Saturday.